We were sitting on the top of our garden wall, dangling legs and feeling bored. Swet Agarwal said, "This chap is horrible. Look at the state of his house. Disgusting." We started across the wall at the old man's teeny bungalow, falling apart with broken windows, the point on the stand wall cracking and peeling off at many places. "It's not a house," wept little Prem. "It's a pigsty. It stinks." "And so does he," started Rinku Talwar. "He seems to me enjoying the conversation." "Oh, no, he doesn't," I said. "He's poor. He doesn't have money to repair the house." "Poor?" cried Rinku Talwar. "Poor, that greedy glutton. He buys 6 rasmalais from the sweet shop every day," he repeated, "for the last 3 years. "Sick," said Swet Agarwal. "That fellow must be mad." "He is mad," agreed R.K., my brother, lowering his voice to a whisper, telling us to draw closer. "He doesn't lock his back door. I have watched him for the last 3 weeks. From my window, I can look right down into his backyard. He leaves the door open day and night." "Day and night?" asked little Prem Shaw. "Isn't he afraid of burglar?" "I don't know," my brother searched his soldier. "One day I saw a man entering by the back door, a fleety looking fellow. He carried some bags under his arms." "Maybe he is a smuggler," cried Rinku Talwar. "I have an idea. Let's go and check if the door is open." We started at him again. What an idea, I thought. We could not do that. "Come on," Rinku urged us. "The old man won't be back before 5. What are we waiting for?" We were off the wall in a few seconds. We strolled over the old man's gate, casually, so casually. Rinku whistled, and still whistling, looking suspensefully around him. He tried the lock, pushed the gate open, and entered. The other followed, and so did I. He flitted past the side wall, past the silent house. Not a sound could be heard except our fleeting footsteps on the cemented ground. And there was a back door, hanging on worn-out hinges, its handle broken. Rinku Talwar pushed the door slightly, a little harder, then maybe too hard, for suddenly the door sprang open, and he stumbled inside the house. The first room we entered was empty. A few brass pots and vessels lay scattered in one corner. A bicycle on deflated tires leaned against the wall. The air in the room was dark, yet we could see that it was almost bare. A bed stood by the window, covered with a rough cotton blanket. On the table was a shining brass tray looking so weird on the old stand tabletop, and on it stood a glass of water and a stainless steel bowl covered with a plate. "Hey," choked Rinku, "that's for us." He had reached the table and lifted the plate. There, swimming in thick creamy milk, covered with pistachios and silver foil, were 6 pieces of rasmalai. We started down at them, then gazed at each other. Rinku Talwar laughed. "Hey chaps, enough for all of us," and he dipped his finger into the bowl. My brother hugged his hand, pushed him aside and said, "Leave them alone, Rinku." Then he pointed to a piece of paper, stained and yellow with age, standing up against the glass. "What's that?" asked little Prem. "Read it." My brother picked up and began to read. "Syam, my boy." Brother paused, looked at us questioningly, surprised. "Syam, son," stared once again. "You might come back. Today, I know you will. There is your bed ready, and some rasmalais waiting for you. I know, they are your favorite sweet. Don't ever leave me again, son." My brother stopped reading. He sobbed, and just could not read on. When finally did, there was a cry in his voice. I am so lonely without you. No one spoke. All of us stood motionless, avoiding each other's eyes. Suddenly, from behind me, I heard a whimper as little Prem began to cry. He walked over to the old man's house in the evening. We knocked at the front door and waited. Finally, the door opened and the old man appeared, frowning down at us. He had not shaved that day, and his grey, hollow face was deeply lined. Excuse us, please, said my brother hesitantly. We have come to invite you to join us for dinner tonight. Just a few neighbors, we live right next door. Me, but I am can't. I don't know anybody here. That's why it is time you got to know us, returned my brother with a faint smile. And we would like to know you too, would not we? He turned to us and we cried in unison. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.